This is how you can get your teammate another free throw attempt. It's such an ingenious play, especially when teams are trying to prevent the three. Jokic sees that both KP and Jaylen Brown are eager to box out, so he stunts just before the shot goes up, causing both KP and Jaylen Brown to jump into the middle of the paint. And you can see Jokic is arguing for another free throw, so he knew what he was doing. But what do you think? Was this a lane violation? Let us know in the comments. This is how you can draw two defenders and set up your teammate. In this possession, there's a key screen. After utilizing the screen, there is a defender in front and one behind. James is going to attack the left side of the court. By doing so, he's going to draw both defenders. Now when Joe rotates to the right, he's going to have a wide open mid-range shot. Easy buckets. This is one way to position yourself to shoot a three off a screen. Identify your big's defender's positioning. The possession starts with an up screen that leads to a secondary screen on the wing. Number 24, Brandon Miller, utilizes the screen by going on a 45-degree angle. As he probes off the screen, he notices he has a wide open shot, squares up, and shoots the shot. This is how you can steal the ball on a crossover. When the dribbler is setting up for an attack, watch the basketball on the ball side foot. If the knee breaks, watch the hand coming behind the ball. Extend the opposing hand to the hip level, then poke the basketball out. And if it becomes an easy steal, you can turn that buck into a highlight. Here's a clever way to create space for a drive to the basket. If you're cutting inside a passer, shift your ball side foot 180 degrees. Once you catch the ball, sweep the ball towards the basket. This should get you past your defender and the help defender. Then attack the basket and finish strong. When should you return coverage during teammate help? In this possession, you know your teammate is picking up coverage. You watch 24 as he drives to the basket. He creates a bump into your teammate. You have two options. Play the switch or go for the contest. You see that 24 is not looking for the pass, so you go for the block. Here's where it gets tricky. I target the placement of the left hand, and if you time it right, you'll get the block and get the defender to think twice about attacking the rim again. This is how you can catch a tall, aggressive defender with this insane move. The point guard picks up the ball and does it behind the back. By doing so, number 7 in white doesn't know where the ball is. So when red number 7 wraps the ball around his back, it causes number 7 white to drop in the paint, leaving an opportunity for a pass and a shot. Here's a clever play to pull off during a fast break 2-on-1. As the ball's being pushed down the court, if there's a defender behind you and your teammate's leading in front of you, act as a buffer while your teammate gets the ball. This is one scenario on how it would work, but believe it or not, it can happen several times during the game. Follow for more insider basketball tips. Are unorthodox pickup moves creeping their way into the NBA? So you have a defender like Ja in the paint, you throw a ball fake, Ja comes to a complete stop. So the next move is interesting. Bogdan just tosses the ball up. So when we see more pickup moves in the NBA, what's the most effective dribble series guaranteed to break ankles? Here it is. The player with the ball does an in and out, and while performing the in and out, he uses his first jab step, followed by a second jab step into a crossover. Result, ankle broke, man down. This is how you can attack the basket against taller defenders. Use a change of speed with a dribble jab step to catch your defender off guard. If your defender bites like Terrence Mann in this situation, then attack the opposing side and explode towards the secondary defender. If you notice, Zoo is shifting hard to the right, so Anthony attacks the opposing side once again. This gives Anthony a huge advantage when he goes up for the finish. Now as Anthony goes up, he uses his offhand to create space. This makes it hard for Zoo to go for the block, and Anthony keeps the ball away and finishes high, giving him the layup and the bucket. And that's how you finish against taller defenders. Here's how to finish against taller defenders like Damian Lillard. In this possession, Damian has a 6'10 defender guarding him. During the layup attempt, Damian extends the ball above his head, and once the defender commits to going for the block, he extends the ball forward, causing the defender to be late on the block attempt and buckets. Here's how to draw a foul the Jimmy Butler way. He starts his attack like any other attack, but as he shifts towards the elbow, he turns his hip towards the defender and places his offhand over the defender Hart's hand. And as he spins away, he locks in the defender's hand. Hart's trying to figure out what's going on, and he looks distraught. His face says it all, and there's nothing he can do. Jimmy Butler goes up and hits the bucket, and Love knows what's going on. Love's face says it all. And that's how you draw a bucket the Jimmy Butler way. Back from the dead, the sky hook. He catches the ball in the lower block, then rotates to the middle of the paint. He uses the inside foot as he pivots on the release of the sky hook. Here's a clever wing play to get an open three. We start with a stacked screen. Chris Paul comes over the top of the screen, and Kevin Looney sets a rescreen on Curry. Curry curls into the screen. Finally, Chris Paul with the pass and Curry with the buckets. Here's an ankle breaker breakdown without using a crossover. The possession starts with Jamie coming off a screen and attacking the top of the key. He then stops in a retreat stance with a negative step. This causes number 13 Bogdan to step forward his right foot. And as he steps forward, Jamie then attacks again to the right side. Bogdan tries to recover in front of Jamie, but then Jamie pulls back. Bogdan exits the frame and Jamie gets the ankle breaker and the buckets. Improve your rebounding game by mastering techniques like tap outs. In this possession, number 3 attacks the lane and uses the step through to attempt to finish a layup. The offensive big in the paint is surrounded by 4 defenders. By using a tap out, he creates a proactive play that leads to a bucket. So attention to little things can make a big impact. Here's an ingenious 3-man play for an easy bucket. It starts with the pass to the left elbow. He'll hold the basketball until the play develops. Then number 3 is going to set a down screen for 0 to curl. Then number 3 is going to decoy back to the key when number 0 cuts to the basket for the easy lay. Here's how you can have ankle breaker handle. Start with a dribble switch to the inside hand. Then load the elbow. Then take a short step with the inside foot. As the basketball returns back into the hand, you're going to rotate the ball to push it out into a dribble extension, simultaneously dropping into a line. Now as the defender shifts out, you shift in. Recover the dribble early, attack the rim, ankles broken.